T-6 and the B-51. And hopefully we'll have a chance to see him lead the aerobatic force in the SNJ, the Navy version of the North American T-6 Texans. The aircraft was also used by United Kingdom countries called the Harvard. Basically the same airplane, but however, they're coming back. And if you look to the left, you will see landing lights on. Looks like Canadian snowbirds twinkling lights off the horizon. The T-6 is in formation, coming by. Flight of 4, flight of 3. Put your cameras on the North American flight. Cortese from Haddon Heights, New Jersey, and one of the aircraft, Kevin Russo from North Branch, New Jersey. Going to be putting on a solo demonstration for you in just a few minutes. And Nagle from White House Station, New Jersey. And his son, who's also checking out the T-6, flying along with him. Mike Halem from New York City is going to be flying in one of those. How bigger the radius of turn is going to be at the same G-force pulling around the turn. But you can't just bang it in and pull when you've got other wingmen out there to worry about. Cortese and Mike Halem, Tom Malone and John Azura, and Andrew McKenna flying in the flight of 3. In order to fly this type of formation flying, the wingmen are basically looking at 2 points lined up as they come by in echelon formation. You often saw this if you watched World War II movies where the flight of 4 would be lined up like that and they'd all come in and break away from each other in a steep turn, either dive in on the target. Now I see a trail formation, not as opposite. Notice how they do this with a few seconds in between. That gives an interval between the aircraft so that they can actually set up for landing out of a trail formation pattern like that. We mentioned about echelon, maybe banking away from each other, maintaining the same altitude. In trail, they simply put them all up, have a bit of separation, and then start to turn.
Do you know that? How do you know that?
Downward part of the landing pattern.
You ready? You ready?
Head that way, head that way.
Tell me what he does the first time.
They're going to land, and then Andrew's going to come in after I land the C-29, it's 317. I'll let you know when Andrew's inbound.
Everybody else leaves.
Lost copy.
They're all set up on the downwind portion of the traffic pattern. This racetrack type of traffic pattern that they're flying is used universally around the world. All of these airports around the world will have a modification of this typical racetrack. The part they're on now is parallel to the landing runway and in the opposite direction. That's called the downwind part because presumably the wind is blowing down the runway when you come in to land on it, because if you land into a wind, it reduces your speed across the ground, meaning less runway is required and less rollout is required. So that's why you want to land into the wind. In fact, sometimes you actually get a chance to do that.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out.
In the 14,000 hours I've been flying airplanes, occasionally you land into the wind, but not often. The wind's usually blowing across the runway, one way or the other.
I tell you to do it.
So today it's pretty much, that's a little bit from the pilot's left to right. So as they touch down, you may see that left wing come down just slightly into this little bit of crossway.
You little so-and-so, razz-a-frazz.
Right now they're on final approach. They turn from the downwind onto the base leg of the traffic pattern.
Look, it's all full of freaking stuff.
There's their Nagle touching down.
That's so terrible.
Flying the airplane down along the main wheels, making this sort of wheel landing as opposed to a three-point landing where all three main gear, the two main gear and the tail wheel will be touching down at the same time. The reason they're doing this, the land will turn off down on the high more regular from the aircraft point of view in the interest of safety.
Airport 31 Airbus, do you need the overhead? Bring straight in to land. I appreciate it. Come straight in.
Nine-cylinder radio engine, 600 horsepower. With that track only diesel for all 1340, and there's not going to be a test on this, but by now you know why they're designated that.